from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I
All right, race fans, welcome. We're live, Auto Club Speedway for the Sim500, presented by SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series here on the Wednesday night. We're about ready to do some awesome things. California, Auto Club style, Fontana. Joe White up here in the booth, and I'm accompanied by old Gerald. Gerald, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm hanging in there, man. We took a little break. It's good to be back here, especially at Auto Club.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Kind of in the middle of qualifying right now. Looks like the man up front, it's like Jose Gonzalez has got it on lockdown.
Yeah, he's pretty quick, you know, and he's doing pretty good in the points, too. He's up there. I think he's 8th in the points, so he's only 36 out of the points lead. So he's been having some good runs this season so far, and yeah, he's looking good out there at Auto Club. I know the track looks pretty hot.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I want to apologize, folks, on the, because we're live, obviously, tonight, YouTube and iRacing Live. I want to apologize. The thing says we're at Martinsville. I don't know, must have got my screws loose, messed up or something or whatever, but the YouTube title is right. We're at Auto Club, folks. Not Martinsville, but I don't say we probably won't visit Martinsville here in the trucks. I think we will probably the next, maybe, several weeks or whatnot, but anyways, Auto Club here tonight, Sim Speed Shop. I'm going to tell you what, Gerald, we've seen some racing, and we have seen so far in these trucks, these guys have, it's been kind of exciting there at the end.
Yeah, especially the last race we had here, the one that, what's his name, won, Anthony Calatoni at Las Vegas, man. That last race we did there, when he come off turn 4, you know, he had some pressure from Dave Comstock there coming down at that last lap, and that makes it exciting. They've been putting on a lot of great races here, and I expect the same tonight here at Auto Club. You know, they're gonna have their hands full, though. I would say it's nice and warm out there, so going to be some great racing. You might see an accident here and there, but hey, they're gonna put on a show.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I agree with you. We're in the middle of qualifying here, folks. Got about 5 minutes to go, and then we're going to get set. 85 laps here tonight. It's going to be some, this track, I kind of like Auto Club. It reminds me, that's me, reminds me of a Kentucky. Just the way the layout is and maybe some of the line that you use. But you were just saying, obviously slick, but then again, coming out of that turn 2, if you don't watch it, you can either get slick or you can push up into the walls, and it can jump out there and bite you.
Yeah, same thing with 3 and 4 as well. I mean, it just depends on how you go through the corners here. It's real tricky. It's a big 2-mile track. It's shaped similar to Kentucky, you know, but a lot of high speeds here.
Yeah, no doubt. What's up? I want to appreciate everybody tuning in. What's up, Ray, out there? How you doing? And everybody else, man, is tuning in here tonight. Good running here. Huge field. Oh, we got about 30-some machines out here tonight. I think I counted about 34, I believe it was.
Right now we got, they can still come in too, Joe. There's 35 trucks at least, and you know, they got about 5 minutes to get here, so if they're out there watching, they better hurry up.
Yeah, no
Getting
doubt.
down to the nitty gritty here. Joe Hudson, he's on the top right now. He threw down a 42.089, just a little bit quicker than Jose Speedy Gonzalez, so it knocked him back down to second. But Bobby Terrell with the 14 trucks up here in third.
Yeah, no doubt. Tim Matthews there in fourth. Bobby Wetzel rounds the top 5. So if you look at trucks, a lot of great talent out here. And it's just, there's another place here. You know, qualifying, I think qualifying is very important here. Even though it's kind of a, can be a multi-groove track for a little bit. I mean, you can see these guys, we'll see them go 3 wide, 2 wide, maybe even 4 wide at some point. You can't do it, sustain that for a long, long time, but they can get it done. But with that said, I think qualifying might be a little important here because track position. It's going to be harder to pass as the race goes on.
Yeah, and like you were saying, 3 and 4 wide, this track's definitely wide enough for that, but you usually won't see it happening for too long there, especially with a car being loose or whatnot, but with our trucks. But you know what I mean? And hey, when they're sliding around like that on a big track like this, there's going to be some moves you're going to have to make. If somebody gets loose in front of you, you got to decide to go low or high, and there might be another guy you're racing with doing that. So it gets a little hectic and hairy. They get up to about 180 mile an hour, so they're really flying around here.
Yeah, absolutely. David Comstock putting it on top point right now with Stevie Minson. Well, we know that guy. He makes it exciting. We might as well call him Mr. Excitement here. And he definitely has no fear when it comes to making something 3 wide.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, man. He puts on an excellent show, and I mean, he's been starting towards the back in these races, and he's known for that. Actually, I mean, I usually see him starting in the back when I'm racing around with him out there, and he's another one to watch out for. You know, even with starting in the back the first couple races, he's come up through the field, and right now he's 5th in points. He's only 32 out. And speaking of the points, I mean, the points are really tight considering you only got 48 points separating the top 11 drivers. I mean, that's really close here. And the top 4, especially the top 3, Timothy Johnson is in 3rd. He's only 8 points out. Doy Woods in 2nd. He's 3 points out. And Chad Coleman's the points leader. So Chad, he's going to need a good run tonight. Hold on to that points lead.
There you talk about Doy Woods. Don't even see him out here in the field right now.
Yeah,
there he is. He's in 13th. Actually, yeah. So not the qualifying effort he wanted, but yeah, there he is. I finally found him in this long list of machines. He's out there starting 13th right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars out there. I mean, there's a lot of people here. It's going to make for a great race here at Auto Club. I'm pretty excited about it. It's been a while since we've got to see these guys. They've been on break, so it feels good to be back.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're definitely going to this place. I think is going to see some great racing. These guys, man, are about a minute or so here left. We're going to grid them up, get them going out here as EJ O'Rourke's taking the time. If he can maybe do better on his time, maybe get up there at the top side. Right now, David Comstock's the man on point. Stevie Minson, and maybe he got the memo of what we was talking about earlier about maybe qualifying means a lot here.
Yeah, well, they got 10 minutes to decide if they're going to run a lap or 2, or they want to start in the back. They get to go through all their strategies, and you know, they might not run early on because they decide they're not, and then they change their mind and say, hey, I'm going to go out there and try to start up front because it's Auto Club and anything could happen. And right now, Dave Comstock, he's took over the pole right now with a 42.058, and Stevie Minson up there in 2nd. So he's starting up front on the front row right now.
Yeah, good run for him there. So hopefully it maybe brings about a victory for him. It'll be very interesting to see how, you know, these guys up here. I mean, this track, you know, we've actually seen some pit strategy in some races here this season. That's another thing we have to watch out for. Can it come down to a fuel mileage race?
Yep, EJ, he qualified with a 4th place there time, 42.093 there. He's got one more lap to do here, see if he can get it up any higher than that. I would say the first or the second lap could be the one here at Auto Club. You just never know until you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here we go. We're getting set. A couple seconds here, folks. Get everything you need because we're going racing here at Auto Club Speedway for the Sim500 Wednesday night series presented by SimSpeedShop.com. Truck action tonight as we're going to grid these guys up here real quick as the man on pole. That's right, David Comstock putting it out front. You got Stevie Minson right there sitting in 2nd. Joe Hudson starting in 3rd. 4th place man, EJ O'Rourke. 5th place man, Jose Gonzalez. 6th place, Bobby Terrell. 7th place, you got Tim Matthews. Out in the 8th place, Bobby Wetzel. 9th place, Steve Goschalk right there. And to round out the top 10, Scott Simley. Come on, Scott Smiley. He's smiling in the top 10. Let's look through the rest of this field. We got 30-some of the best here at the Sim500. And actually, I'm going to say probably some of the best maybe on iRacing. I mean, these guys out here put a show on week in and week out.
Yeah, it's a stacked field over here at Sim500. You got to bring your A game, you know, and it's good for SimSpeedShop.com to jump on board and you know, check out them guys, man. They got some good stuff for you if you're out there racing and you need something for your sim rig. I mean, but yeah, these guys, they put on a show, man, and it's getting ready to go down. So appreciate everybody for watching.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What's up, Mr. Race fan out there? Well, definitely hope everybody's got the racing medication for tonight because you're about to get it here at Auto Club Speedway as 35 drivers out here are going to take this place and storm off around here and do some amazing wild racing as we're getting set to grid them up here tonight on this awesome track of Fontana here. That's right, Auto Clubs. That pace car's got them in a pit road right now. I'll lead them, march them around here for one lap, and these guys are going to sail off into turn number 1 at some high speeds.
Love looking at these trucks. Just taking a look at some of these guys, man, and how they're all lined up out there. That's a lot of trucks getting ready to come storming off pit road, and it's gonna be exciting.
Thunderous sound. That's what I like to say on it. I mean, these guys, when they come across that line, it's just like something that should give you goosebumps. If it don't, well, maybe you're dead.
Something wrong with you.
Yeah, something wrong with you. I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, go see your doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist. Maybe talk to your wife or neighbor. I don't know.
Do something, but it's gonna be exciting.
Just do something. There you go.
Just do something. Something's wrong.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, I'd like to be the 40 truck right now, Joe. Either him or Stevie Minson, the 96. It's looking good, starting up on that front row. I mean, it's the place to be right now. There's a lot of guys going to want to take over that spot, though, like that 41 EJ. He's going to be super quick.
Well, I think
Joe Hudson, man. Hey, I was watching Joe Hudson in practice. You heard me talking about him. He's out there. He's fast.
He is, and I think like what you just said, that front row is going to be the preferred place for quite a while right now. As those guys in the back, it will not take very long before they fan out and go, side by side, or actually 3 wide back here. As the pace car's pulling them out into turn number 4 right now. And that man up front, David Comstock, he's going to actually pull them up here. He's going to fasten it up in that 40 machine. He's got the man on the outside of him right there, Stevie Minston, Mr. Excitement. Folks, the reason we call him that, watch him, boy, I tell you what. He'll put that truck anywhere he possibly can. Pace car's in. We're going racing at Auto Club as the green flag is about to fly. It's in the air as these motors come to life. They're heading off into turn 1, and you're going to listen to the sound of these guys side by side heading off into turn number 1, stacked all the way through the field.
EJ O'Rourke all over Stevie Benson. You see the 40 moved up to the high side through a quick little block, but he opened up the door for the 42, man. But Joe couldn't quite pull it off right there on that turn. That was exciting.
Yes, it was. Stevie Minson falls back to 4th place. That's okay. We'll seal him a little bit here later. Battle up front. David Comstock, though, he takes it out front. Joe Hudson there. Look at EJ O'Rourke, power to the inside. Jose Gonzalez on the way. This is what we came to know about Auto Club. They're already side by side out of turn 4.
Yeah, and they're wanting to get single file, man. You know, EJ, he's trying to make a move on Joe, coming down the front stretch. He's on the inside of him. Looks like he might have him coming off too, but I tell you what, Steve, the 26 of Jose, he's in a good spot right now.
Yes, he is. As you see them all stacked 2 by 2 all the way back here, your leader out front, David Comstock, he's got this one under control along with EJ O'Rourke there in 2nd place. But your 3rd place battle, Joe Hudson, he's got his hands full with Jose Gonzalez. They go door to door into turn 3 along with the 54, Tim Matthews behind them trailing them.
Yeah, let's see if Joe can make that high side work. Looks pretty quick up there. As you see, Jose had to come off of it a little bit, keep it down on the bottom, and they're going to drag race down the front stretch here. They got Tim Matthews right behind them in that 54, and the 91 storming down through there. It's Steve Goschalk.
Yeah, it is. Almost contact between Joe Hudson and Jose as they went across the line. Almost got a little trading paint right there. But they're heading out of turn number 2 right here. You still see Tim Matthews is sitting back there waiting patiently. And he's got his hands full. But right behind them, very good battle. Steve Goschalk and Sean Bounty as they go nose to tail.
Yeah, what a battle going on here trying to get single file. I mean, and that's all they're really trying to do at this point. It's early on. They're getting tire pressures and the heat. And the yellow tires, we got one around, Joe.
Yes, it is. And I'm trying to...
30. 27? 27, yep. Justin Rodden.
Let's go back on the replay here and see what happened. Well, they were 4 wide back there in the back, along with Justin back there, and there were 3 wide, the 13 machine. Justin was kind of in the middle there. Let's see what happened here on this replay. Oh, he just kind of slid up the track. A little contact between him and 17. 17 got there, and oh, he just came back up the track on him, and nowhere to go, hard into the wall.
That's a product of being 3 wide right there. You know, you got to turn all 3 turn at the same time. And if one guy turns before the other, he's on your outside, he's probably going to clip you or whatnot. So the 27, he was looking at the inside because he can't turn in until he turns in. And looks like they just had a little turning in issue there. It's a product of being 3 wide here, battling early on.
Absolutely. Got to be synchronized on a lot of this stuff. See if we can now that we have the power to move people, see if we can't I don't see him in here. You see David Comstock in here? I don't see him.
That'd be the one I would want to talk to right now. He's up front.
Yeah, I don't see him in here. You see him in here?
Sure don't, Joe.
No, sure don't either.
But
all right, well, yeah, definitely
after the run he had with for the win, trying to get that win last week, I mean, he's coming out hot this race.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let's see if we can find anybody else out here real quick. And now we'll find somebody. We'll get somebody up here. Doggone it. You know
If
what?
we can get our points leader.
Yeah, well, yeah. Why don't we have 9-time up here? We'll bring Nick Timms.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll bring Nick Timms up here. So we'll bring him in the waiting room so he knows, get his bearings straight here. See, because he's up there to the 4th place spot now. So bring him up here and see what he thinks. Nick Timms, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Well, I tell you what, how's that truck feeling out there?
It feels pretty good. I was stuck back there in traffic just a little bit. Let's see what it does up front here.
Absolutely. So you opted not to go into the pit on this one, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was a little too early. I just didn't feel like we raced enough to get tires right there.
So you think the track position is going to be key here other than tires?
Yeah, it's extremely hard to pass. I mean, once you get a little tire or wear on the tires, I mean, everybody kind of moves up and you can't run the low line. So figured it'd be better to stay up here for a minute.
All right, good deal. Well, think you got a truck going to pull it off tonight?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, good luck out there, man.
Cautiously optimistic. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, no problem about it. All right, good deal. Well, I'll tell you what, there you go. That's old 9 times himself there, Gerald. That's Nick Timms. And me and him always have the running joke about his last name because it's spelled Thamas and I-O-E-S. And I always called him Nick Thamas. But he says Nick Timms. So I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, you see how he was cautiously optimistic, and he said, we'll see. You know, that's because anything can happen in this race. Like I was saying earlier, you know, these trucks, they're a handful, really. I mean, and after they get some wear on the tires, you know, it's a little more hard to hang on to. And, hey, I tell you what, one thing that really helps us out up here is when the viewers want to talk to somebody, you know, it makes our job a little easier because we're working for them anyways.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you got a favorite driver out there, and if they're if they're obviously hearing the team speak, we'll definitely try to get them. We're hoping maybe this race goes, rest of the way caution free, but you never know. But if there is caution and whatnot, you got a favorite driver, we can get a hold of them. Definitely, we'll bring them up. So. Keep that in mind out there, anybody is thinking. But right now, David Comstock's the man up front. E.J. O'Rourke's there in second. Nick Timms up in third. Doey Woods, he opted to stay out also in fourth. And James Barber there rounds the top 5. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going back to green flag racing here at Auto Club. Caution 1 out here at 6 laps. Just some 3 wide racing hard in the back there as pace car's pulling them in turn 4. It'll do that left-hand turn on pit road and let that number 40 machine go to work up front here as the pace car slowly but surely pulls around, ducks off on pit road. Here we go. As the green flag's about to fly, we're going back racing here at Auto Club as you listen to these trucks come to life as they storm past the start-finish line. David Comstock gets a good run out front. They're already 3 wide in the very back there.
Yeah, Doy Woods and Nick Timms is battling there for a spot. And then look, the 42 moves right in. Joe Hudson catches him while he's up on the high side there and tries to get around him there on the bottom. Look at them behind, though. They're 3 and 4 wide back in the back, and they're battling right behind Joe and Nick.
Man, no doubt about it. Bumping and beating and banging. Jose Gonzalez back there doing the bump and run. On the back end of on the back end of Tim Matthews. But you're right, they are still pushing it door to door. The 88 machine there. It looks like the 88 machine. He's kind of a little bit falling back just a little bit.
Hey, the 20 machine, Chad Coleman. I mean, he's been coming up. He's gained 5 spots. You know, they ain't been out there long, but he is moving forward, and he's the points leader here. So he's trying to get up to the front there.
There ain't no doubt about it. Chad Coleman, you're right, on the move. Got Jose right there in his tire tracks along with Sean Bounty, Steve Goschalk, and James Barber's the one just kind of not got the handle on the truck. But up front, David Comstock's got this one locked down. E.J. O'Rourke there in second. Dowie Woods doing a fine job. Joe Hudson there, along with Nick Timms, rounds the top 5. But you still see these guys back here about the 10th place on back. They're still going to maintain side by side.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking to get single files, what they're trying to do. It's just not as easy as you may think. You know, everybody wants to get in front of each other, so they got a race to see who's going to get in front of who. And that's basically all that's going on out there. You know, it's either you're going to have to let them by or you're going to race it out. If you think you're faster than them, you don't want to let them by, because then you'll start getting held up and the leaders will get away from you.
Yeah, no doubt. Look at the run the number 12, Scott Simley gets coming out of turn down the bad stretch. He is locked on the back tailgate there. The 14 of Bobby Terrell getting a push. That's another thing we didn't talk about too much, momentum. This track, you can build that going into the turn, or you can actually lose a lot of momentum and guys just shoot on by you.
And that's exactly what happened to the 88 of James Barber right there. I mean, he's lost probably 8 spots since the backstretch, just through 3 and 4 there. He had a little slip up there, bobbled a little bit, and about 8-9 trucks got by him there. That whole pack from the 14 truck, that's Bobby Terrell, and then the 12, Scott Simley right there, and then you got Stevie Mintz and Tim Matthews. You got a lot of other great drivers right there that's storming up through there.
Yeah, madhouse going on about the middle of the pack here right now, and that's usually where the eye of the storm, well, let me just say, rephrase that. Usually that's where the storm's at. The eye's usually kind of in the front, kind of calm and cool. Back here in the back, these guys are fighting up a cool breeze. Anthony right there, and that number 28 machine sitting at 15 as they go door to door with the 24 there. Chris Gibbs, he has also got Timothy Johnson, Joey Katina in the mix, Bobby Wetzel. I mean, it's a who's who. Stevie Minson has fallen off the pace back there. I don't know if that's by design or it's just something that maybe something's wrong with the truck.
Well, that's the same thing he did at the Phoenix race. He started up front, and everybody just stormed off, and you know, we didn't know what was going on. We ended up talking to him later in the race because he finished in the top 3. Caution's out, Joe. And, I mean, he did it on purpose that day, so maybe it's something else he's doing.
33 machine, yeah, Ben Peterson. See what happened to him right here. Oh, the 6 machine, that's what got him sideways. So, Jonathan Lockhart actually started that. Looks like the 94 or the 84, yeah, they just made contact. Him and Jonathan going down the straight turned him straight right into it. And obviously being nowhere to go, just a victim of circumstance. And Dirty D machine, well, he ain't too clean right now.
No, and that's, you know, a truck in your blind spot, you really don't see that truck very well there as far as the way, you know, it's a simulator, so it's just like you're sitting in the truck, and it's just like in a real car. I mean, you got a blind spot there, and you just come up a little bit too much, and you hook that bumper, go right across their nose.
Yep. And just, you know, like I say, Ben was just wrong place, wrong time, and he just got hooked, turned straight right, and you know, the truck was just there. So, under caution, kind of just some hard racing. I mean, really not caution out here had anything to do with maybe, you know, bad driving, I don't think. It's just really just a lot of close style racing.
Yeah, a lot of hard racing. I mean, if you think about it, the last 2 cautions were involved with 3 wide. So, you know, they're racing hard out there, as you can tell.
Yeah, no doubt. Everybody coming on pit road here. Let's see what the pit window and pit times are. And didn't see anybody out there yell at who they wanted to talk to. So let's see if our to Chad Coleman, who I actually still don't see either.
No Chad.
No Chad. So no points leader either. I'm just gonna get talking with him. Well, who do you think? I'll let you pick, Joe.
There's a lot of people that would be interesting to talk to. I'd say It's a hard one, Joe. I mean, Jose's always a good talk.
All right, bring up old Jose. All right, let's see if I can find him right fast. There he is.
He's in ninth right now.
All right, old Jose Gonzalez. Bring him up, and hey, I'll let you get a talk in with him.
Jose Gonzalez is Jay Weezy in the OSR Network booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Hey, you're looking good out there, and I think you're pretty fast. I don't know what you think. What's it feel like?
Well, this setup's it's pretty good. It's a little tight, but I think in the long run, whoever manages to save that right front tire, it's gonna come out on front. I mean, it's not easy to pass. Everybody's basically moving at the same speed, so there's a little aggressive driving here in the restarts. But I think if we get a long run and you're smart enough, you can come out in front.
Hey, well, that truck looks good, man, and you started off really well. So good luck out there, man. Hopefully we see you in victory lane.
Yeah, you like the little Speedy Gonzalez there on the side of the truck?
Yes, I noticed that in the Las Vegas race. It looks good.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right,
All right.
thanks. Good luck.
Yeah, hey, there you go, Gerald. We call him Speedy Gonzalez, old Jose Gonzalez right there, man. Good guy. I enjoy talking to those guys, man, here. You know, just getting a
Yeah,
feel.
I've been a fan of him, Joe, ever since you told me he had a food truck.
He got a food truck down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice
Man.
guy, man.
Makes me hungry.
I hear you. Well,
Meatballs.
new leader. Yeah, the meatballs. New leader, Sean Bounty. Now we're going to see if what David Comstock's got up here, if he's got enough to muscle back around him. Joe Hudson's going to be there in third. Nick Tim still up in fourth. E.J. O'Rourke's in around the top five. So let's see what that number 34, Sean Bounty, with the Boomtown boys have got.
He started 11th, Joe, and he took 2 tires on that stop. So we'll see what he's got. Watch out for wheel spin.
That's true. You got to be very careful. Maybe they figured that they haven't run that long, so we'll have to see what he's got up there. He's definitely going to have those 2 tires versus 4 tires.
Yeah, I'm thinking about 30 laps or so a run here as a full run. So they had a couple cautions in these first 15 laps here, so they don't have a whole lot on their left side. So not a bad call. We'll see how it turns out, though. You never know.
Absolutely. Lights off on the pace car. We're going back green flag racing. Yeah, gamble. Yeah, well, sometimes you got to gamble. We're not in Las Vegas, but we're close enough to it that might as well say you can gamble.
Oh, we're at a big Vegas right here, baby. 180 mile an hour here at 2 miles.
Big track. There we go. Well, it kind of misleading. It is a big track, but it don't look like a big track. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of them weird type things.
I'd say the 34 is going to get a pretty decent restart here. The 40's got 4 tires. Watch out for him to come on up on the back end of that 34 truck.
Yeah, David Comstock's been strong all race long in that 40. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. Leader has the advantage. So Sean Bounty, he's going to, when that green flag flies, he's going to put the hammer down.
Yeah, and on a good restart, you'd say about 0.3, 0.4 down the back stretch. If you got him gapped by that much, you did the right thing.
There you go. Pace car's coming out of turn 4. Hey, good assessment on that one. Pace car's coming out of turn 4. Gonna duck off on pit road. We'll see what Sean Bounty's got for this field up front. He's definitely gonna get that jump in front of him when the green flag flies. Pace car's in. Here we go. We're going back green flag here. Running at Auto Club Speedway for the Sim500 Truck Series tonight, presented by Sim Speed Shop. And the green flag flies. Sean Bounty gets a good jump along there with David Comstock there in tow. But behind him, well, they're already 2 and 3 wide.
Yeah, EJ and Nick Timms and Joe Hudson there, they're going to be fighting for that 3rd spot. Dave Comstock's on a rail right now. He's trying to get up on the back end of that 34. I think he'll have a nose on him here going into 3.
Yes, he will. As he looks to the inside, going to try to get that dive there. as the battle for the lead pursues. He's going to go door to door with him out of turn 4. He's got the low line happening, and that's just 4 tires battling against 2. And you can just see how valuable that's going to work coming out of 4s. He's going to take that position.
Yeah, he gets a great restart and then gets past coming off on the first lap. So that'll show you how much 4 tires is better than 2. I mean, you know, which is pretty obvious. But look at the 41 of EJ and Joe Hudson side by side there with pressure from behind.
Man, I tell you what, they're back there fighting it out. The 51 of Nick Timms is in there. Look at that, Glenn Campbell, the 91 machine. He's coming up into the mix as they come down the back stretch. They're already tagging and beating and banging each other as they weave back and forth into 3.
What a race going on right now. I mean, and they're side by side. They're fighting for every inch they can get. And if they can get a run, they're going to have to use it. You heard how they said it. 2 drivers we talked to, both of them said it was hard to pass.
It is, you know, when they talk about being aggressive, the problem with it is everybody is running so darn dead even here. You're on top of each other, lap after lap after lap, and you've got a fast machine. Look at that. Oh, Nick Timms gets tagged from behind, holds on to that machine. What a driving job by the 51.
Yeah, excellent save by him, and good job by everybody behind him for helping not get into him. I mean, because that could have caused a big one there. It was an accordion effect there. One guy checks up, another guy checks up, and then the third car gets hit or sandwiched.
Yeah, let's go back and watch it, a replay right quick. Boy, I tell you, that was just a outstanding, because where he was at on the field, you're right, Courtney in 07 got in the back. He held on to that thing, drifted it. That could have been total annihilation for half the field if he would have lost that thing in front of him. But, man, he was able to save it. E.J. O'Rourke had to do an evasive move down the back stretch there. But, wow, what a save by the number 51.
Yeah, Nick's got good hands on that wheel. I mean, he gets a good hands award, I'd say. But it did set him back a little ways there.
Yeah, there we go. We got a new award. Gerald came up with one, the Good Hands Award.
I'd say he'd be coming back up through there. He didn't get a whole lot of damage out of it there, and good for them. You know, I hate to see him run around here with a hurt truck at these high speeds. As hard as it is to pass, you'll drop back. We got a battle for second here between E.J. O'Rourke and Sean Boundy. They're up front. Looked like Sean just let him go. He didn't want to mess with him right there, which is probably the smart idea. I mean, if he's faster, he'll get around him.
Yeah, and I got a feeling, like I said, just those 2 tires are going to wear out as the run goes on. I mean, he's right there back on his tailgate, but just trying to get a run around EJ. 4 tires, definitely a lot better than the 2 we're seeing. But, man, I tell you, you know, Nick Timms, he's trying to get back on the move again and get back up there. He's back up to 17th. Just went around Matthew Welsenbach right there. There was another one that's out here. Not had the season he would like, but, you know, you can always turn that around anytime.
You know, one of the things about the new tire model here is, so, you know, if you get loose like he did, he was sideways there. It heats up those tires. It takes a couple laps. You got to let them cool down. If you just go out there and get back in it and drive it like that didn't happen, then it keeps getting loose on you, and then them tires will never cool down.
Yeah, and he's doing a fine job letting that machine cool down just a little bit. As Matthews right there, Milt Matisse right behind them, James Barber. He's side by side with the 44 machine there for a while. They'll go door to door. I'll tell you what, we're going back here in the back. Brian Workman, he's looking pretty good up in the 28th spot, just to show off what these guys are doing. You know, some of these guys, they just come in week and week out here, Gerald. They just want to have fun and have fun out here racing.
Yeah, that's the main thing, you know. You got to have fun. If you wasn't having fun, you wouldn't want to do it. And you see these guys show up every week, so they're having a lot of fun out there.
Yep, your top guys right now, I'll say about the top 10 or 12, all single file, all the way back to, well, you got to go all the way back even, I'd say back to about the 20th spot before you find anybody actually doing it side by side. Everybody's kind of single file right now.
Yeah, they want to get single file from the get-go. They finally got to do it, so we got potential for a long green flag run here. And, you know, they pit about, 10 laps ago, counting a couple caution laps or so. So they're still early into this run. We'll get to find out how they're going to do their pit strategy and all that if it does go green. But there's going to be some battle going on.
Yeah, Nick Timms still on the move.
Yeah, the 51, he just now got around, it's like the 29, Matthew Wilson back, and then he gets in the wall. So he lost that. He's back in, dropping back again.
Yeah, got up into the wall just a little bit, scraped it. You know, he's 3 wide into the turn. That's a dangerous spot to be in right there. Doesn't want that to happen, as he's still going to be 3 wide coming out of the turn. They're trying to hang on to him. I mean, you could do that for a little bit here down this whole big front stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he was up front there, and he started 23rd. So, I mean, he's back. He's still gained a few spots or whatever, but, you know, he's definitely got his hands full. He's not having the night he would hope for. The truck's giving him a hard time. Look at the arrow come off the 51 being right up on the side of that 28. You see Anthony Calatoni, he gets loose there. I don't know if y'all caught that, but that was sweet.
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
save for him.
Yeah.
I mean, but
got
that just
good
goes
hands
to show
award.
you how slick it is. It's so easy to get the car yanked out from under you here. I mean, you ain't got to have somebody on your outside.
He get that good hands award.
No, that's got to be better. I give that other one about an 8 or a 9. So he's got to get up in the 8, 9, 10s.
Okay, all right, good. Well, folks, Gerald's keeping count here, and we're gonna have
the one. He already has that award, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That
gotcha.
would have been another one, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. Well, hopefully Nick Timms, man, can bounce back here, man. You know, he's got a lot of time. He can definitely get it done. We're only at lap 25 here of 85. And right now, Sean Bounty is in a dual battle here with the 20 machine of Chad Coleman, as he's looking on the inside. So those 2 tires right now, I think, are fading away very slowly on him.
Yeah, he's falling back little by little there. So, you know, it's just a 10th or 2 a lap, and it adds up on a long run there.
Yes, it does. And right now, he is falling all the way back to 6th spot, as Jose Gonzalez looking on the inside there of the man in the 20 machine, our points holder right now. And I mean, he's got a nice looking Sim500 title sponsor truck out there, doing some good rumbling, as he's trying to hang on to that points lead.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have his hands full, though, because Doy, he's been fast. He's in 9th right now, so if it was the end how it is, then, you know, he'd hold on to it. But Doy, he was looking good early on. He might just be out there running around. And they're only 3 points separating those guys. And then 3rd place is only 8 points out. So the top 3 is pretty tight between Chad Coleman, Doy Woods, and Timothy Johnston. It's only 8 points separating them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What's going on, John? How you doing out there? Yeah, good run so far. David Comstock still leading the way here. E.J. O'Rourke there in 2nd. Glenn Campbell there in 3rd. Got Chad Coleman sitting up in 4th. Jose Gonzalez in the 5th place. Sean Bounty's falling back to 6th. Bobby Terrell up in the 7th. Joe Hudson there in 8th. Doey Woods was just talking about him, is in 9th, and around the top 10, Scott Simley. But everybody right now, patience is the key, kind of seeing. This is what we've come accustomed to here, Gerald. A few cautions early, long green flag, and then everything just goes haywire at the end.
Yeah, they're going to run out as much as they can, get down to the end, and it's looking good for Dave Comstock. He wouldn't mind him ending right now. You know, he's up front, but, I mean, they're going to give it a good run here at the end. If the caution comes out, and it's really going to get exciting here.
Absolutely. Well, look at Doey Woods. You know. Man, look at Doey Woods pulling right up on the tail end there, the 42, as they come into turn. And the 42 almost looked like he was holding on to that thing in the turn.
Yeah, the 42 hung on to that one. I tell you what, I told you it was slick out there. I mean, you're going to start seeing a lot more of that as the tires get a lot hotter.
Yeah, no doubt. Boy, this just looks like that truck was just doing its own thing there for a second, and he was along for the ride, but he was able to hold it. Oh, wait a minute. Chad Coleman's going down the infield.
Yeah, Stevie, Gonzalez, he missed that too. Looked like a car got in the wall, truck got in the wall there, and they had to do a dodge.
99. Oh, the 99 there. That'd be Chad Cole, I believe it is, or Glenn Campbell. My bad. I think it's the 99 machine, if I'm not mistaken. Boy, he just lost it coming out of the turn, just like what we saw a minute ago with the other truck, and slams the wall. Good evasive action by the 20. The problem is he got a little damage on the nose, but man, he held on to that machine. Wow.
Yeah, that was really close. That could have ended the night for Chad Coleman. I mean, what a job by him to be able to miss that and just get a little bit of damage. I mean, I'd be happy about that, to be honest with you, because it could have ended his night. I mean, I don't know if he got any, did he?
He got a little bit on that front right nose, it looks like. It's like it just barely bumped him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to hurt him. I mean, it'll hurt him a little bit, Arrow, here, because this place is so fast and so big on the straightaways and whatnot. But if he can stay tucked up behind someone, it might not be too bad on him. But we'll just have to wait and see. As old Stevie Menson's back on the move. He's up tonight.
Yeah, he's tucked up behind Stevie right now, that's for sure. He's all over the back end. And you're right, it'll take some of that that effect away from the truck. One thing I've noticed, that when you get a little right front damage there and you're on a slick track like they are tonight, it tends to make it a little bit more loose.
You know, and another thing I've noticed, a lot of these guys have still been committed to the low line. Normally when it starts getting that loose, you see the 12 out there doing his best drift job. Usually when you start seeing trucks do that, you see them climb up the track. They try to combat that. They'll back those turns up, go into maybe the middle groove and see what they can do. But these guys are still staying down low, and you can already see it. To me, what I'm seeing, it's just not working out well.
No, it might be a one-lane track here, which usually is the case lately since the new update. It seems like they've did something to make the bottom line the main preferred line there, which I like. I mean, I could be wrong. You know, it's just what it feels like to me. That second groove just don't have enough grip.
Yeah. Unless you're coming off the turn, I mean, you maybe might get that momentum coming off the turn. If the guy down low, if you pinch him a little bit and get him loose like we've seen a couple of them other trucks, that might be about the only way. But a lot of these guys, they're still staying committed down low. We'll just have to see how this race goes with the tires. I mean, you know, they already know they're flirting with disaster down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jose Gonzalez is looking good. He's up to third right now. He's moved up to that third position, and I mean, he's holding it down up there in third. EJ in second. He's back about 0.8 or 0.9. Dave Comstock still out front. He's got that nice little 0.8, 0.9 lead. He's looking good right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and you're right. You're that's another one there, John. This track could be a another, you know, track almost like what Michigan would be. Like I say, I referred it to Kentucky because of just the line around it. Maybe just how you come out of 2 and come into 3 and 4. Kentucky kind of has that. You kind of go in low, arc it, and come out all the way up against the wall in 2, and then 3 and 4 you kind of go high a little bit. But I guess you do the same thing there in Michigan also.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, John's right. He usually is right. You know, especially when he said, you know, that if they didn't have enough runoff like down on the backstretch to 20, he wouldn't have been able to go all the way down there like that. There would have been a wall there, so it could have made it even harder for him to get out there with least amount of damage as possible. You know, he had all that room on the backstretch. He could go all the way down.
Yeah, no doubt. I hate to hear that, Brian, man. Well, good you joined in and watched here tonight. We're at Auto Club, and it's been a good one so far. We're lap 35, and looks like we've got some green flag pit stops underway. So that puts us at what? It looks like about, 20, 25 laps these guys will be able to go?
Yeah, I was thinking somewhere around 30. So, you know, between 25 and 30 laps they would run. And, you know, it depends on how many laps they had left when they went green. I believe they went green on 15, so it would have been a 60-lap run. They're probably doing 20-lap runs here.
Okay, yeah, right now the top guys, I mean, pretty much everybody out there has been out there for about 23 laps. Not a lot of the top guys yet have come in. We're seeing a lot of guys in the back have run about 22, 23 laps, and they're coming into pit stop. So, yeah, we're, you know, we'll split it and say 25, 30 in between there. And we got a truck smoking. You see which one number that is?
Looks like the 34. No.
He's way down on the apron, man. It's it's the number 13, Nate Bowers.
Yeah.
Well, that thing is all blew up.
Yeah, he's keeping it off the track there, keep it from coming out, bringing out a caution. When they went green, they had 70 laps or so to go. So he don't want to throw a monkey wrench in their pit strategies. He'd have a lot of guys mad at him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of front end damage, so I gotta question. He hit something hard, and that motor's pretty much toast.
Yeah, it's ending his night. He's going to get it on pit road. Probably won't come back out here tonight. Matthew Welsenbach made a pit stop, so you know there's a lot of guys that are coming in. Some are opted to stay out still. I believe that we got about 28 that hasn't came yet, and then the rest have came. So about 4 or 5 trucks has pitted already.
Yep, good one
Wonder
so
what
far.
they're waiting on. They got something up their sleeve.
Well, you know, everybody's
Here
about
comes a couple.
25 laps, and you know we just said it 25 to 30. So maybe that's seeing if they can run this thing maybe one more pit stop before
So
the end.
if you're Dave Comstock right now, you're not going to go in early. You don't want to stay out too long, but you want to see if this slick track gives anybody any trouble getting down on pit road, because sometimes they can get messed up on pit road and bring out the caution, and you can come in under yellow. So you know you don't want to really go in too soon. You want to see if the yellow's going to come out, because if you go in and pit, you end up going a lap down, then you got to take the wave around, starting back, and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, and David right now, he's got a pretty good lead. He's got a 1 second over E.J. O'Rourke, and both of those guys, actually the top, I'm going to look at about the top, actually, well, really all the way back to about 24th position. Everybody's have stayed out. They're running on about the same pit strategy, 26, 27 laps, so they could be trying to stretch this thing to a 30-lap run, and then that way, guess what? Puts them, is my redneck math right? Could they be just trying to make one more, this be their last pit stop?
Well, I doubt they can make splitting it in half, which will be about 35 laps. 40 has trouble getting on pit road there, but it didn't bring out a caution. It was Dave Comstock, I believe.
Yep. Wow,
But yeah,
leader.
You know, it's tricky, Joe.
Yeah, you know, they went 27 laps full. Here's the thing, we got, 45 to go, so they're going to have to make another one. Well, the next question is, the next time around, do you go that length again, or do you short pit it?
Well, with 70 to go, I'd say they're not going to make 35. There might be some guys that's going to try it looks like, but I doubt they'll make 35. I don't think they can get more than 30. So a lot of guys are trying to split 70 up in 2 stops, which would be around 24 laps each, I guess. 23 or 4 laps.
We're on lap 41, 85, man. We got, look. You're like Tim the other night.
They started with 70 to go.
The other night I told Tim, I said, we had like 10 laps to go. He goes, yeah, we got about 60 to go. I said, look, your redneck calculator's broke.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they went green at 15, so it would be a 70-lap run, and they're making their first pit stops here. So I guess, you know, you're trying to split 45 up. You go 22 and a half from here on out.
Yeah. Now, do you think anybody's going to try to stretch it at 27 or maybe go a little less than that?
I see some guys that's been out there for 26 hot laps and 3 caution laps.
Well, E.J. O'Rourke right now has been out there for 29.
Yeah, and that's 3 of them were caution. So I'd say he's getting low.
Yeah, well, actually, if you think about the top 19 guys right now have been out there for 29, 30 laps.
Yeah.
So could they, I mean, I don't know what strategy. I mean, I'm going to throw my hands up on it here, Gerald, because they can't make it just one more time.
I don't think they can run, 35 laps, which is what they would have to run. And I don't think they could do it. That would be about lap 48, 47, 48.
Well, you would think they couldn't, but that's looking like the strategy as he's coming across. I mean, we'll have to see here shortly, but you've got about 19 machines out there that are running on a 30-31 lap stint. I mean, obviously David Comstock's not going to be able to do it. He's going to have to make two pit stops as he's now gets back on the lead lap. He goes around the leader at lap 43. So, man, here we are again, Gerald, into that pit strategy stuff.
Yeah, and you got a lot of guys on the same and a lot of guys on different. I'd say Joe Hudson's looking good right now. If I had to pick one of the trucks, he's come in, made a stop early on, and he's back out there running good laps. So Joe Hudson, he's on a good strategy. And if EJ and Jose and Stevie, those guys can hold out and run a couple more laps here, they are going to be able to make it on just one stop. And it's going to be hard with these guys that are stopping twice to catch up to that.
Now, that obviously plays into if there is no caution. A caution, throw all the paperwork out the window. So these guys are hoping it goes green flag the rest of the way, because as of right now, Gerald, that looks like the strategy they're on. They're going to try to take this thing. Leaders on pit. Okay, well, he went 31 laps. And with that said, 31 laps, do you think he would even attempt to try 40? To take it the rest of the way?
Ain't no way he can make it.
Okay.
I don't think he could do 8 more laps than he's done this time, and that's an awful lot of laps. I'd say he's about empty. That's why he's coming in. He was trying to go 35 or so, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, Stevie Menson's still out there. Jose Gonzalez still out there. You got about 7 machines. It looks like Tim Matthews, Chris Gibbs, Brian Wortman, Don Runkle Jr., Jason Swan, Ben Peterson. Obviously, Ben Peterson getting caught up in the incident earlier on, so he's on a different cycle. But Jonathan Lockhart is all still yet to pit right now.
Yeah, they got something up their sleeve, and I've been wrong, on these fuel mileage games. A lot of guys have a hard time guessing at it. I'm just going off of what I know or what I think. So, I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm thinking they can run 25 to 30 laps. That's my guess. So I'm going off of that.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go off what you go off of. You guess as good as mine. You a championship truck driver, man. Come on now.
Well, I did go out and run some laps earlier, so I kind of got a feel what it felt like and how many laps I could get on a tank. So, but like I said, I'm just a guy guessing too. I would just be any of these other guys,
Well, at this point though, they would have to go another at least 4 laps to make this one a 35 lap affair. And at this point, if they go another 4 laps, we definitely know they could go 35 laps because they're already on 34 laps.
Yeah.
At this point, though, you're committed to that strategy. I mean, what would be the use of pitting now unless you're just obviously going to run out of fuel?
Yeah, I mean, you're in. I mean, there's no takebacks on this. Once you go with it, you go. And maybe EJ seen it coming and bailed out as soon as he could. Maybe that's why he came in. But
I think Steve Menson's out of fuel.
See, some of these guys are going to push it to the limit.
I really do. I think he was out of fuel because he coasted on the apron. Jose Gonzalez is on pit road, and that's going to take 35 laps. So they're about 3 laps short of taking it the entire way. Thing about it is that does give them a good idea. If this thing goes green, they might could push it, but I got a feeling. Yeah, I believe he's out because he is coasting.
Yeah, 34 miles an hour on pit road. I mean, he's losing a lot of time, but you think, it takes about 50 seconds. I'd say 46 seconds would be my guess to go on pit road, get your pit stop, and get out. That's from cone to cone.
You know what? And the bad thing about this, too, is you don't hit that pit stop just right, there is no backing up.
No, if you don't have any fuel to move it, you ain't going to get no service. Luckily, he hit it there. Stevie got his pit. So we'll see if he can run the rest out. It's going to be a long one, 38 laps, and he's going to have to start saving early, I'd say.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, here you go. Jason Swan had took the lead. He went out there the longest, about 38 laps full, that he was able to stay out there past anyone else. So right now, if this thing goes green, he's in the catbird seat of driving it. And,
I'd agree with that. Yeah,
folks.
Gotta love it, man. I mean, it makes it interesting. So, it shows the viewers of how many different aspects of the racing there is. I mean, a lot of people, they're just turning left. You got those kind of people out there, but there's so many aspects of it. If they were actually a fan and sat down and seen and had, like watched one of these broadcasts, that would open their eyes to see, what all is going into this, the way the truck drives, what it's like too wide, your tires are old, pit stops, and all kinds of things that
for the Sim500 Wednesday night series in the trucks here tonight. It's been a very, very good one here, sponsored by simspeedshop.com. Well, these guys, man, are it's a green flag stops. If it goes green flag, we got 35 laps to go. We know that some of these guys out here might be
14, Scott Simley in the 12, and the 40 of Dave Comstock. Even with that little mishap on pit road, he's back up there in 4th, and Joe Hudson in the top 5, which I said, keep an eye on Joe, man. He stopped at a good time, and I guess Timothy and Bobby and Scott did too.
No doubt. Actually got that, like you said, Joe Hudson right there in a good battle going along with Sean Bounty and E.J. O'Rourke. Oh, E.J. O'Rourke's a little further back, but that Sean Bounty just went around him.
Yeah, Sean Bounty's still putting on a good show, man. I mean, he's showing that, hey, I got a truck here, and people know he's there. You can believe that. He's been up through the field a couple times.
Yeah, no doubt. Here comes the 11 machine up underneath them. He's about a lap down back there. That's old Corey Chester, who was on definitely a different pit strategy and all. So your top guy, Timothy Johnson right now, who is leading this one. He's been out there for 17 laps. Obviously, he's definitely going to have to make another pit stop. Bobby Terrell there in 2nd, Scott Simley in 3rd, David Comstock. Well, he's 5.1 seconds behind the leader now in 4th, and Sean Bounty's there in 5th.
Yeah, they look good in the top 5, man. We're going to have to remember the 18. I mean, Jason Swan, he made it the furthest. It's going to be crazy if he can do it. So keep an eye on that 18, Jason Swan.
Did you know I was multi-talented, John, out there, man? Look, yeah, the Joe out there on the track, you know, I'm driving and commentating. Gerald, they didn't know I could do that.
Hey, I already know, man. You got some good talents.
Yeah, I was just reading this comment out there. Yeah, good old Joe Hudson. Good guy out there. Got that 42. He's looking good right there in the 6th place spot. Trying to hang on to it. He's got E.J. O'Rourke there behind him. Doey Woods is up into the mix. So if we look at the points battle, though, man, look at that. Doey Woods there in 8th. Chad Coleman in 9th. So the 2 points guys, nose to tail.
Oh yeah, you know, and they're only 3 points apart, so every little spot counts. Every position, every truck, every 10th, everything matters here in this points battle because they're so close. Yeah,
no doubt about it. And that's what it's all about: consistency, winning, and getting up front. Here is we went through some green flag stops, and the truck that we're going to look at here the most, if I can find him again. We'll say Jason Swan. He's still a lap down, but he's only been out there for 5 laps. 5 laps means he has to only go 36 laps. Yeah, am I right? Yep, 36 laps to the end here. As far as fuel goes, I think he's probably one of the best there is right now.
Yeah, I still don't think he has enough. So, I mean, he's going to have to save like he's in one of those hybrids or something.
Yep. Oh, you're right, Don. If somebody definitely pitted right now, short pitted, they can make it. I got a feeling some of these guys out here are going to think about that, especially with, David Comstock being 4 seconds back. He knows he's got to pit. The leader knows. I mean, all these guys know they got to pit. Somebody's going to maybe try to do a short pit to maybe make up some ground, or maybe force the hand on someone else out there to pit.
Well, I'd say Jason Swan, don't know if he has to pit yet, or Jose too. I mean, Jose's still in it for that. Along with Stevie Minson, he ran his tank dry. So, those are 3 trucks that don't know if they're going to make it or not.
No doubt about it. It's definitely going to be interesting to see as this one comes down to the closing laps here at Auto Club. Lap 56 on the board here tonight as we come across the line to complete it. It'll be lap 57 here of 85 here at Auto Club Speedway for the Sim500 presented by simspeedshop.com truck series here tonight. Folks, we'll step away real quick. We'll be right back, man, after this. I mean, hey, don't go anywhere because it's a good race so far here. All right, we're back here after those breaks. Well, pit stops. We were talking about it, and Gerald, looks like a lot of guys out here now have started to come in and make those also valuable pit stops. And the ones right now who have not made those would actually be Glenn Campbell, Corey, Stevie Minson, Jose, Anthony, Tim Matthews, and Milt. And Jason
Ben
Swan.
Peterson, I think. Yeah, a lot of guys. Jonathan Lockhart's on pit road now, I think. But yeah, a lot of them have already made some pit stops and been out there for a little while. A couple of them just got a few laps on their tires. So yeah, they're definitely on different strategies. And like I was saying, this is going to be fun to see the end, how this plays out, what strategy is going to be the best, and who's going to win.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I do a refresh there. Don. I just looked on my phone. Back up. Could have been just one of the
I
YouTube
had
things.
to refresh it.
Well, it's the guys we talked about. I mean, you got to look. Jason Swan, he's been out there for 17 laps. Corey's out there. Jose, he's out there for 18. So, and Stevie Minson. Those two guys, I'm really, really interested. Not to build up or anything. I'm really interested to see, do they pit, or are they going to try to actually pull this thing to the end of the race?
Yeah, Jason Swan, I mean, he's got a long way to go to the end of the race. And like you said earlier, it's about 38 lap run for him. So, hey, I don't know. He better be saving.
Now, two things I always like bringing up. Obviously, lap 85 puts an end to it. If a caution comes out, usually with 5 to go, that puts an end to it. Now, with that said, that could put another wrench into it. Now, so if guys go to lap 80 or whatnot and a caution comes out, wow, they could sit around here and coast during those last several laps here. Another thing to think about.
Yeah, and hopefully they don't run out under caution. I mean, they're going to be stretching it to the last minute here, those guys you're talking about. So they're going to have to save every chance they get, too.
And I just got to think, Jose, he was under power coming into pit road, but Stevie Minson was not, and he was a lap shorter than what Jose Gonzalez was. Now, Jason Swan, obviously, right now looking very, very good, as he is still out there right now, currently in the 14th spot. But Stevie Minson, I mean, he's been out there for 20 laps. If he keeps going right now, he's got to go another. Wow, that's a lot of
17
laps.
or so.
Yeah. Wow.
17. So
37.
they're in the top three, though. Anthony and Stevie and Jose. Anthony's been out there about 4 laps longer than Stevie and Jose, or maybe 3 or 4, but he's going to have a long way to go. He's probably going to be coming in.
Well, what about Anthony? And I'm going to say Calatoni. I hope I said that right. But now he's out there.
Yeah.
And he's been out there for 24 laps. That's really, really going to be stretching. Now, one thing I do notice about him is he is awful slow around the track. And just maybe we could also, let's give him a little.
He's coming down pit road now, Joe.
And never mind. I was about to say we was going to get a little tattletale needle out and see if he was actually saving fuel. But actually, we could do the same thing here with the Stevie Minson. Let's watch his RPMs and see if he drops those things going off into the turn, and actually is maybe trying to save some fuel as he heads off into turn 1 right now. Stevie does not. He still maintains the RPM. So
not that time.
Yeah, he's hanging on to it.
Yeah, he's staying up around 6,000 or better, and he's gassing it on the straightaways. So, yeah, he's not saving a whole lot yet. Let's see if he saves here in 3 and 4.
Nope, stays up in the 6,000. I mean, he's not. Well, Jose is, because he just dropped his all the way to 300 RPM. So, Jose Gonzalez, well, right
he's
there.
shutting it off then, yeah.
Yeah, Jose basically just told us he's going the whole way.
Yeah, that's definitely what he's saying by doing that. Yeah, he's hitting that ignition switch there and saving as much as possible. or so, and you know, those other guys, they're not going quite that low.
He did not make it 36 laps.
Yeah, you see, he'll run his all the way empty too. So you know, you never know with Stevie. He's definitely a roll of the dice. Anytime you're talking about Stevie.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jason Swan's just too far off the pace right now. He was kind of caught a lap down on there back in 18th. Everybody else has already made their pit stops in front of him. But here, I believe, comes Stevie Minson. He's just going to give it up and come into pit. Well, I say that. He's down on the apron. I don't know if being on the apron like that saves fuel, does it?
Not that I know of, no. Maybe he's just staying low, taking the shortest way around as possible.
You know, and he's got a 4.7 second lead. He could give up some time to Jose Gonzalez to save some fuel. But right now, hey, Mr. Excitement out there is going to make it exciting, as he is, he's definitely staying hammered down.
Yeah, he's not hitting that ignition switch like, you know, Jose is. And as you can tell by the gap, too, you know, you can see who's saving and who's not. But we definitely know Jose's saving. He's going to save the rest of the way. If he's already saving now, he's going to do it the rest of the way.
Well, the problem is now I think Jose saved what he could get, as Timothy Johnson has made the pass on him for second spot. So the best he could look out for right now would be maybe a second or third, depending on what Stevie does out front, as Bobby Terrell is about 3 seconds behind him as they're heading off. And, you know, Timothy Johnson is 3.3 seconds back. You got to think about this. He doesn't have to save fuel. So can Timothy Johnson steal this thing here tonight?
He is looking good for the win, Joe. He is. He can definitely run down Stevie. There's plenty of time to do it, especially with Stevie being so tight on fuel. You know, we still don't know if either of these guys can make it, Stevie or Jose. So we'll find out. I'd say Jose's got the better shot at it, considering he's shutting his down in the corners and coasting through almost the whole corner there before he gets back in it. But Timothy Johnson in the 55 truck, he made the right call. He's hit all his marks on pit road. He's been having a great run tonight. Jose hits the wall a little bit. Hate to see that for him. But, yeah, man, Timothy's got it going on for him.
Yeah, here's the thing. Timothy Johnson is running the leader down in a big hurry. He's got it down to 2.5 seconds. He keeps going like he is. He's got 10 laps to get it done. Again, we got to think about this, too, though. It's either a 5-lap run or a 10-lap run here. Stevie's probably praying, please let a caution come out maybe the next 6 laps here, and then I could just coast around this place for 4. But Timothy's probably thinking, let this thing go green the rest of the way.
Yeah, well, you know, that caution better come out quick because Timothy's coming in a hurry.
Yes, he is. Got it down to 1.8 seconds and is moving right now. I got a feeling it's a matter of time for that 55 machine runs down the 96 of Stevie Minson.
Here, kitty, kitty. That's what they say, ain't it?
Absolutely. As he's trying to bring it home here tonight, Timothy Johnson started about 13th tonight, and he is just oh so close. He can feel it, taste it, jump out there and reach and try to grab it. He's 1.6 seconds back.
Man, what a run for him tonight. I mean, you got to be spot on to stay in front of these guys, and he's managed to do it. And it's looking good for him. It ain't over yet, you know, but he's got Stevie right there in his crosshairs.
Yeah, and at this point, Stevie Minson can't save fuel. Not with him coming if he wants a shot, unless he just wants to come out of here with a good finish. Yeah, his only hope was to save fuel earlier on, so he's either going for the win or we're going to run out.
He might just be trying to stay out in front for, you know, 4 or 5 more laps. Maybe that caution will pop out, but I doubt he's going to be able to do it. And he's in a tough spot, Stevie is. You know, like you said, if he saves fuel, Timothy's long gone. He's going to fly by him. If he don't save fuel, you know, then might run out. So, I mean, he's in a tough spot.
Absolutely. Bobby Terrell have made it around Jose. He's fallen back to 7th. David Comstock, who put it out front earlier on. So a good battle going on back here between David Comstock, E.J. O'Rourke, and Scott Simley. And so Timothy Johnson, yeah, I saw that. E.J. O'Rourke almost ran up in the back end of it.
Yeah, that was mighty close there for those three. You see David got that 4th spot. He's looking to get up there in the top 3. Bobby Terrell in the 14 right in front of him. He's got a nice little gap on him. There's a 7 to go. They cross the line this time by here. And it's going to be a battle between the 40 of David Comstock and E.J. O'Rourke and the number 12 of Scott Simley there. They're fighting for those positions. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they would definitely, the 40 would love to see a yellow come out like now. But I'm going to tell you what, Stevie Minson would love to her yellow to come out here in the next 2 laps. But he's got Timothy Johnson all over his back deck lid and has ran him down. And he's going to the inside for the lead.
Storming down there as they drag race down the front stretch. The 55's carrying a lot of speed there. He's got plenty of fuel. And he led that time by. That goes to the 55 truck, man. We got a new leader here. Timothy Johnston looking good.
Yes, he did. Made that pass, run him down, made the pass. So Scott Minson right now is looking to maybe come home here in second if he can hold on to it. Go back here to that 40 machine because they're still nose to tail. Now, they are gaining on the front runners, and they do have enough time here, Gerald, to catch those guys. I mean, we've got 5 to go here.
Yeah, well, they'd have to catch them pretty quick there. Maybe they can link up together and do some drafting like at Talladega or something, maybe help them out. Stevie just come on the pit road there. He wasn't going to make it. 5 to go, had to come down pit road. I hate to see that for him.
I think
but look at the battle, the 40 and the 41, the 12. Wow.
Yeah,
Basic moves by E.J. O'Rourke there. About got into the 40 and the 12 there when he's moving all around like that.
Yeah, I think it was basically he was praying for a caution. I think that's what it was. But, yeah, battling here, that's actually for the 3rd place spot. So with coming up on 4 to go, has Timothy Johnson got enough to hang on to this one?
And it's a tough thing to see when, you put all you got into these races and you hope that your strategy works. And, it's just like every Sunday at the track. These pit crews, these pit bosses, crew chiefs or whatnot, they make a call. Look at them battling down the front stretch, man. I mean, this is a race here between EJ and David.
Yes, it is. E.J. O'Rourke goes to the inside. He's going to go door to door with the 40 machine. That's for the 3rd place spot. He's going to take it there. He's going to leave the opening up for the 12 of Scott Simley, who is going to get him loose coming out of 2 down the bad stretch, and E.J. O'Rourke gets loose again. So these guys are trying to do everything they can to hang on to those trucks. So we're going to have 3 to go at the line.
Yeah, man, I'd say this is the battle to watch here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th now. These guys are definitely putting on a good show here. Looks like Bobby Terrell and Timothy Johnson, they pretty far ahead of them there, so they're fighting for 3rd here.
Yes, they are. E.J. O'Rourke's fighting for his life to hang on to that 3rd place spot. Has David Comstock right there in 4th, but he's got his hands full with Scott Simley on the inside. As they're coming into the turn, they'll go side by side, door to door, squeezing ever so slightly as they come out of 4. They made contact down the bad stretch. Wow.
What a battle. And, that's that truck getting loose there, and you're side by side with each other, and you're fighting for every inch. Scott Simley, he lost the end of that one, but the 41 and the 40 starting to pull it forward a little bit there, so maybe Scott can get another chance to run him down. They got 2 to go here when they cross that line.
Yeah, 2 to go here this time by. David Comstock definitely out front, or he's up there in the 4th place spot. E.J. O'Rourke's there in front of him. Timothy Johnson's leading the way here with a 1.3 second lead. Bobby Terrell in 2nd. Scott Simley back in the 5th place spot. So they've kind of settled down a little bit. Scott Simley's looking like he's going to try to get another run on him.
Oh, he ain't giving up, that's for sure. I mean, they've been putting all they can into this race here, and, every spot counts. The points are tighter than ever, so, you want to get everything you can. It might finish here. It's going to be the white flag. It's going to be one more time around. They're going to crown a winner here.
Absolutely. As these guys are not done battling it out for that 3rd place spot, obviously for 4th place. So Scott Simley's looking there on the back tailgate. White flags out. One more time for Timothy Johnson up front.
Yeah, it's looking good. This is the lap he's been waiting for. He's probably excited as ever to come across that line, take home that checker flag for the win here at Auto Club for the Sim500. Simspeedshop.com, man. It's awesome.
Absolutely, as he's going to come storming out of turn number 3, or turn into turn 3 out of turn 4. He's hitting the apron down there, and wait a minute, he just blinked out. Folks, hold on a minute. Timothy Johnson just blinked out of the race, and Bobby Terrell is going to win this one. Are you serious? Holy cow. What a,
as he crosses the line?
As he blinked out going down into turn 3. He blinked out and lost connection. Timothy Johnson did on the last lap of the last turn, and Bobby Terrell is going to just be a thief in the night and steal this win here at Auto Club.
What a lucky thing to happen to Bobby Terrell. I mean, Lord have mercy. Did that really just happen, Joe? I mean,
I've never seen
that
it
for Timothy, man. I mean, what a performance that he ran tonight, and to lose it coming out of turn 4 like that, you know, on that last lap. I mean, I'm sure he was celebrating down the backstretch.
You know, he hit that apron. I was watching him, and all of a sudden, boom, he blinked out, and Bobby Terrell went on around. And, man, it was just, I've seen guys blink out before. I've seen guys, obviously, you know, lose connections, but never have I seen anyone have a lead, pretty much have the race in hand, and on the last turn, die.
Yeah, that's the first time for me, too. I mean, I can't believe it really happened. I thought you was joking there for a second. And I went back and watched it, and that's exactly what happened. It looked like he knew that something was going on, and he pulled down on the apron there, but his truck didn't disappear until, you know, after that. So he pretty much knew it was happening to him when he pulled off the track like that. And, man, I hate to see that for him.
Yeah, a heartbreaker. That's all I can say.
That is definitely a heartbreaker, Joe.
Yeah, a heartbreaker there for him, and I definitely just... wow. Hey, well, it's a first for me to see somebody like that lose it, and I know, man, he's just going to be like very disappointed to dominate like he did, have the strategy like he did, and pretty much have this race won.
I'd hate to be what caused that.
Yeah, no doubt. But I hope his dog or cat didn't turn off the route or something.
Hopefully it wasn't none of the family members.
And that too. yeah. But I hope it was an act of God or nature or something out there.
Man, you know, hopefully everything's all right. Like you said, it could have been anything. So hopefully everything's all right with him.
I'm trying to see if David Comstock is up in here. I don't see him up here in the team speak yet. But
well, last week he come in a little late there, Joe, and we ended up getting to talk to him.
Tell you what, we'll bring up our second place man here, and that's actually old E.J. O'Rourke. We'll let you get a talk in with him.
He's back, Mark.
EJ, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
Hey, man, you managed second. Looked like we had something happen to Timothy there on that last lap, man, but you came home second. How was your race?
It's so frustrating. It's so disappointed. I don't know. Just never closed the deal. Just can't get luck on my side again.
Yeah, you look good out there, though, and, you know, that old truck you got looked good. You know, you was making some evasive moves. You was fighting everybody you could to get around them, and especially you and Dave Comstock. Y'all was putting on a great show out there. What was you thinking, though, coming down to those last 5 laps?
Well, fortunately, David and I know how to race close. It's kind of hard. Well, not really that hard, but, you know, we just have a respect for people you race around for years, and friends and teammates, and just one of those things. If I knew that was going to happen to Timothy, I would have ran Bobby harder because I pulled him 3 seconds in the first stage. But at the stage win, so I don't care. I just want a stupid hat, man.
Well, yeah, you definitely made it exciting, and it's fun to watch y'all race like that. Y'all side by side, about 180 mile an hour, and hey, it looked good out there. You're 34 points out coming into this race, man, and it definitely helps you in the points.
Yeah, I just want numbers in the W column. That's really all I care about. But this Gary Mercer Trucking, Papa's Hardware, Simspeedshop.com, Silverado was fast. Just gotta thank these guys at Sim500 for putting this on. It was a good race last night. A few cautions. I think we only had 2 tonight, so it didn't work out. But hopefully it will some other day.
Well, you keep coming up with these top 3 finishes, man, and it's definitely looking good for you this season. You've had a lot of good runs in that simspeedshop.com Chevrolet, so it's good talking to you, and hey, hopefully we see you in victory lane.
I appreciate it. I hope so too. Thank you guys for the broadcast too. I love listening to you guys and going back and watching it. Congrats to Bobby on the win too.
All right, the man right there, E.J. O'Rourke, coming home in second place. We'll go ahead and get a talk in here with the winner tonight here at Auto Club Speedway, who is, I've called him before a Cinderella story, and I've said it last season in the Winter Series where he almost pulled off a championship, but tonight, wow, talk about a gift. Tonight's winner, Bobby Terrell's Joe Aiden Booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Joe. I got a copy.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bobby, talk about right place and the right time. Are you going to go buy some lottery tickets tonight?
Yeah, I guess I should. They said he didn't have enough fuel. He was running out.
Well, he blinked out on our screen. I mean, last turn, last lap, just have just one turn to go through in turn 4, and all of a sudden just blink out and it's gone like that. I mean, that is a heartbreaker, but nonetheless, hey, right, like you said, right place, right there. You know, in the Winter Series here in the trucks, you did something amazing. You actually got into the chase by 1 point in 10th and almost stole that championship there. Well, tonight, you pretty much the thief in the night and stole this win. How was the truck all race long?
The truck was good all race. I mean, it felt, it was real stable, felt good. It was a little loose, which, I like them just a little bit loose. Don't want them really tight, but it was a good setup, and the track kind of rubbered up, kind of moved around just a little bit, but it was good. It was a good truck tonight.
Well, it definitely was good. I mean, you were even looking for a good solid second place, but hey, win's a win. Take them how you can get them, when I tell you, and it was a good one tonight. You and the Muscle Milk Machine out there, and you're flexing muscles here at Auto Club Speedway for the Sim Speed Shop, Sim500 Truck Series. You got anybody out there you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my teammates, for helping me, Scott, with pit calls and stuff. We made some different calls at different times, and then Sim500 for doing this, Joey and Joe, and the other admins for putting this on, putting up with us like they do, and then of course this Speed Shop and Sim500, of course you up in the booth for doing it. I hate it for Tim, but they said he was running out of gas. That's just the way it goes. I guess he didn't pick enough fuel, but we were catching him, but we needed a couple of more laps.
Well, hey, either way, like you said, you pulled the victory off here tonight at Auto Club. Again, congratulations out there, Bobby.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, Gerald, man, wow, what a finish. Let's get our unofficial results of the night here. And Bobby Terrell, boy, just out of nowhere stole this one. I'm going to say stole it, but he still had a fantastic truck and wins it here at Auto Club. E.J. O'Rourke in second. David Comstock's going to come out in third. Scott Simley up there in fourth. Chad Coleman in fifth. Milt Matisse in sixth. Tim Matthews seventh. Doey Woods, a good finish for him, up in eighth. Sean Bounty in ninth, and around the top 10, Joe Hudson. Let's look through the rest of it here. But what a race. Don't see David up in here, so we'll try to maybe get a talk in with him maybe next week or whatnot. But, man, I'll tell you what, you got any final words out here, Gerald?
I tell you what, that number 14 Muscle Milk Chevrolet looks good. It's a good-looking truck, and it's in victory lane tonight. And as John Wimbisher, you would say, he was definitely in the catbird seat. I hate to see it for Timothy, but hey, he's strong. He's always got another shot at winning, and hopefully he'll get that truck there in victory lane.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely just a heartbreaker finish for him here tonight. Well, folks, I tell you, I hope you enjoyed that one. What an exciting and electric finish. Something very, very unusual. And, hey, it's always something different here. But until then, for myself and Gerald up here in the booth, everyone, hope you have a good night.